begin by asking, can everybody hear me? Okay, clap once if you can hear me. Clap twice if you can hear me in the back. All right, we are on. Great. Thank you, Reverend Hathaway, for that trick. So welcome. I'd like to thank everybody who's here today. I probably am going to get emotional. It's been a wonderful, incredible journey to get here today. This is the biggest experience of community I've ever had in my life, and I hope for many of you it is as well. We have many people from our public sector, our community servants full-time, who are here today. We're so appreciative of their support. We have many donors. We have many volunteers. We have many people whose heart lies in the same place as mine, that says when somebody amongst us is in need, we can do something about that. And for 20 years, the Lighthouse shelter has served the homeless in our community. It's been an extraordinary ride. 365 days a year, 7 nights every week, volunteers serve dinner and break bread with the homeless in our community. I know many of you have done that, and I know what a powerful experience it is each and every time, because the lesson hits home every time. Really, we are all in this together. And every time we help someone move forward in their life and get a job and find a place to live and become a contributing member of our society who feels like they belong, that's when we know we've done our best work. So today, I think some of you over here are standing in the playground of our new shelter. Back there at the sign-in table, that is where you will drive to drop off your food for the pantry, just like you've been doing for 20 years. Only now the building will be a little bigger. We will serve about 5 times as many people, and we will actually have a shot at making a dent in this community problem that I know, because of you all being here today with me, that we can make a huge difference. We just learned that in our county, 815 children are homeless in our county schools. This is the wealthiest state in the nation and the capital we live in. We're the 5th wealthiest county in this state. 815 children don't have to be homeless in this county if we continue to work together. This facility, our dream, began 4 years ago when Joe Gill and I had breakfast. No, it began before that, when the Annapolis Area Ministries Board decided to address the turnaways. We were turning away 500 people a year. 150 of those were on average children every year. That means people who are sober and mentally ill. If they are, they're medicated to function. They're not drug addicts. These are people in our community who deserve another chance. 500 people a year. So the board decided to do something about it. Joe Gill and I crazily decided to lead the project for 3 years. That was 4 years ago. And here we are today. And I just had to take a second. We would not be here if it weren't for Joe Gill. Also, we would not be here today with a bulldozer if it weren't for John Aronson, who got us our building permits. Thank you, John. We would not be here today without the help of our friends and our community servants at the state. Speaker Bush, Senator Assel, Virginia Claggett, thank you. This is the largest public-private partnership for social services in the history of this county, and, well, I won't swear, but by darn, we're going to make sure it succeeds. So we need you as we go forward. The county just so happened when Joe Gill and I had breakfast that morning, Janet Owens was sitting behind us. And we announced to her that we'd made a pact and we had a dream and we were going to figure out how to make it happen. And 4 months later, the county penned us a check for $400,000 and the dream was on. John Leopold has continued the support from the county. We could not be here without you. Thank you, sir. And then there's the city. How many times have we met, Ellen Moyer? We are littler, but we have a big heart. And you know what? The city has supported us every step of the way, and we are so very grateful. And then all of you all, I just can't tell you. I carry you in my hearts like I carry this project. A year ago, when we knew we had to continue our journey into running a professional service providing organization, which is a big jump to make, as you all know, to take an organization forward, we hired Harry Cole. He comes to us from Washington, D.C. with 16 years, maybe 17, in the homelessness business, and he is going to lead us into the future. And we are enormously proud to have him. I have to also thank Marilyn Baker, our development director, who has worked tirelessly, and as you know, who has changed the perception of what it means to be homeless in this county. And our staff, they work really, really hard. It's really extraordinary. And the leadership team on this project, the privilege of my lifetime. Lauren Maddox, Courtney Good, our grant writer, Joe, Marilyn, Lauren. We meet every week, yelling, screaming, kicking, and making this thing happen. So on that note, I'd like to turn it over to Harry, who's going to talk to you about who we serve, which is the heart of what we do.
I tell you, I have the pleasure of being the executive director of the Lighthouse. Our mission is rebuilding lives with service and compassion, preventing homelessness, providing shelter, and most importantly, empowering people. I want each of you to know that you're standing in a place of greatness. Can you see it? I want each of you to know. Can you hear me now? All right. That you're standing in a place of greatness. Can you see it? As Hamel Builders begin to pour the foundation on which our facility will stand, I envision the Lighthouse staff and volunteers pouring life-changing foundations into the clients that builds a strong community that's economically successful with families and single adults, and academically and socially successful children. Can you see it? You know, the great innovator, Walt Disney, when questioned about his decision to build Disney World, responded, well, it's kind of fun to do the impossible. I have to agree. Some said that building an excellent facility to serve homeless families, adults, and those in need in Annapolis was impossible, but here we are. Can you see it? Yeah. We are standing in a place where people will receive excellent care that leads to excellent careers and results in excellent communities. Can you see it? Yeah. Well, I tell you, there are too many people to thank for making possible the vision that this organization has of being a national model for how a community embraces its homeless. So I'd like to start by thanking God for all of you and my grandfather who taught me always lift others as you try. Thank you all for being here. At this time, I want to introduce Pastor Hathaway, who's going to do the invocation.